And it is now my pleasure to welcome Olympia Collins to the podium.
Good morning. Thank you all for having me, and I'm honored to be here. Morning right now. My mom and I cry at Hallmark commercials, so it might get weepy really fast, but I'm gonna go quickly and say what I want to say and get to her. 10 years ago, my mom used her instincts as a parent and harnessed our family's strength to nurture me back to health from anorexia. And it's a happy story. It worked. And through F.E.A.S.T, she showed parents that they're allowed to be involved in ED treatment and should be involved. And has shown us all that if we get rid of the guilt and shame around these diseases, we can do the hard work necessary to recover fully together. And so today I proudly welcome my mommy.
Wow. Thank you. Well, we're here. I was going to say that was easy. It really wasn't. This has been the labor of so many wonderful, wonderful people around the world who have made this happen, and volunteers and family. I want to particularly thank, of course, my daughter, my kids, but my husband, who's not here today, he'll be here tomorrow. But Mark has made this happen. He's made this possible. And I think to appreciate dads in this process is really, really important. And I want to especially tell you how happy I am to see the dads in the audience. Not that the moms aren't important, but I think we need to encourage dads to get involved in advocacy, just like we have moms do it now. And one of my goals of F.E.A.S.T is that we would be equal opportunity in that regard. Someone needs to bring me a tissue.
It just went out for massive quantities.
Hallmark's got nothing on this. I am doing this conference because I believe that something's going to happen in the next 2 days. I believe that by bringing all of us together, and we really are kind of a wide range of backgrounds and beliefs about the illness and beliefs about the role of parents, I believe that on Saturday morning, we are all going to wake up with at least a slightly different view of what parents can do and what parent activism can do. And that's why I wanted there to be an event that's centered just on parents and caregivers and empowering you to decide what's going to happen with the map of eating disorder advocacy, and ask that you all take possession of this, like many of you have done with your families, and chart the course for the next step in advocacy. F.E.A.S.T has come a long way in a very short time, but the next step is going to be you. Things are better than they were, and a lot of the people in this audience are the reason why it's better now than it used to be. But it's not better enough. Eating disorder treatment, or an eating disorder diagnosis for parents around the world is still a pretty dismal moment. And it's a moment that is not going to be followed with good answers. It's not going to be immediately that families are going to find good care and good advice. They're going to find all sorts of information that conflicts, and they're not going to be able to know the difference between good information and bad information. And that's something that concerns all of us a great deal. And it's one of the reasons that we're here, is because how do we divide the good information from the bad? Because the people giving good information are good people, and the people giving more integrated information are also good people. And demonizing those people isn't helping with us trying to change the field. And so, I know a lot of you are here, actually, because I've personally dragged you here. Many of you are here as a personal favor, and many of you have come from very, very far away. So I'm going to ask you to do something that you may not be familiar with when you come to an eating disorder conference, but I don't just want you to keep an open mind. I want you to be kind to those whose ideas are not right now where yours are. And I want you to open your minds that we have to open ourselves to not being right, even, to the black and white thinking that we can be prone to when we're under stress. And families undergo such incredible stress with this diagnosis. So you've all come here, and many of you have come here as a personal favor to me, and as a personal favor to me, I want you to talk to as many people as you can, and try to talk to people who don't agree with you. Try to talk to people about things that are a little bit uncomfortable, and try to hear them without just trying to make it a black and white issue. Because I personally think that that's where our advocacy moment is right now, is that we're kind of coming up against one another and we're not hearing one another. And that's just as bad if the parents aren't being listened to as the reverse. So that's my favor that I'm asking of you. Things are better, but I want to applaud the families here who have faced poor treatment and persevered. I want to celebrate the clinicians here who have faced professional difficulties, who face personal frustration, maybe haven't been able to move forward in their careers as they would if they didn't take a parent-friendly attitude. There's a courage and a bravery to making change in the field. And I see that change coming about, and I want to celebrate those clinicians and those treatment centers that are doing that. And I also want to say that all of our speakers that are going to be here, that you're going to see in these wonderful 2 days, all of them have paid their registration to be here on an equal footing with parents. This isn't a situation where we've asked people to pay in order to see celebrities. You will not have a tote bag, you will not have a bunch of pens. Your fees for this conference are directly gone into paying for this conference. We're not making money, we're not spending member money on it. And for our friends, the clinicians, to come here without an exhibitor table, without any giveaways, without getting a room named after them, is a statement. And I think it says something about F.E.A.S.T, and I think it says something about the special people that are here. And I'd like you to, the parents here, I'd like you to meet them. And I want everyone to go sit at a table for dinner and for lunch with someone you don't know. Last thing. Last thing I want to leave you with is that right now, all over the world, there is a family sitting in a kitchen and they just realized that something's really, really wrong. That family is the one that I think we're here to try to help. Most of us have already moved through, to a point where we're able to come to a conference and not be serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I want us to focus on the future and what we're all going to do to make that family's journey better. And the map that we're going to write in these next couple of days is about them.